Do you ever have a day where you feel like for once, maybe for the first time in a long time, and maybe for just a few minutes, but you get a feeling like you're taking back territory? You're taking back territory of your life and over your dominion. Today, I want to talk about that because I got that feeling for the first time in a long time. So, if you've seen some of my other videos lately, I've been doing a lot of weeding and I've been spending time out in the garden. I don't know what it is, but the weeds, they just really bother me. It's even almost like a known joke with family and friends that I call it the war on weeds every year. And it just bothers me how these weeds seem to encroach on the territory that I want for fruits and vegetables or that I want for flowers. Anything other than weeds, really. And I don't know why it gets to me so much, but it just does. And I think it's because I really try to hold the weeds back, just unsuccessfully. I actually, in part, it was because of all the filming I've been doing. It's really motivated me to just get out and record videos of me doing something. And so I have. I've weeded out in the garden, I've weeded by the house. I actually planted zinnias and I even planted dahlias. It kept motivating me more and more to just get out there and try to take on the weeds. And so today I actually did a couple rounds of my natural weed killer, and I can't even describe how good I felt afterwards because I thought, wow, for the first time in so long, I feel like I'm kind of on top of the weeds. And there's probably some storms headed our way later in the week. And usually that's how it'll all seem to get away from me in other years is a storm will hit and then everything just grows, and it just gets kind of out of control. And I may or may not get it back under control until fall and winter comes and they all die off anyways. Yeah, I can't even describe how it just hits just right um, to have that weed killer sprayed today. In fact, I feel a little ridiculous coming on here and talking about this, but I care about it. I do. I've tried all kinds of different approaches. Maybe I can get into that because I do think some of it is like a type A thing, perfectionism thing where I need to loosen my grip and chill out a bit. But some of it I think is just fighting the chronic fatigue and just wanting and knowing that there's more satisfaction out there for me in life that I can claim that's going to be in the right season. And so I'm excited because I think I am starting to walk into a season where some of this just seems to be more under control. And then I feel like I can move on to the next thing, which is probably working on growing the YouTube channel. It just feels good. And I hesitate to even talk about this too, because I actually think that I want to speak to people who are in a place of even beyond burnout. What's beyond burnout? I can actually tell you that now because I actually blew through so many red lights of burnout over the past about 15 years because I didn't even know what that was. And when I did learn what burnout was and knew I was just blowing right through life, I was like, okay, but I'm in survival mode and I need to pay the bills. So cool theory, but what am I supposed to do about that? And just being on top of that, this motivated, driven person, hanging on to things with such a tight grip from being in survival mode, that I can tell you what's beyond burnout, and that's chronic illness. Life is complicated, right? Like, I'm not making a one-to-one connection and saying for sure that the health issues I've gone through are because of that, but I can tell you confidently that that's one of the reasons why I've experienced this, and one of the reasons why I want to change my life. If you're watching this you can watch me walk through this journey in real time. There's a lot that I've learned, a lot of my story that I want to share with you, but there's a lot that I am learning. And that includes leaving my career at the end of this year and starting the next thing. And I don't even fully know what that is yet. But something about today and just having the weeds under control, I was like, I can do this. And I don't know what's next, but I'm ready. I don't have a formula for taking back territory in your life. And I don't know that I will even try to get a formula for you, because I really believe that life is about process. Everybody's in their own season, and it's not about a formula. It's not about something black and white like that. Now, that could grow and evolve over time. And I will say, too, that I was in a different season last year. Like I said, the chronic illness, digestive issues that I had, and chronic fatigue flared up so badly that the weeds did get out of control last year. And there was a lot of flowers I wanted to plant that I did not plant at all. Now, I did manage to get a few in the ground that somebody gave me, and I didn't want to let those die. So I did make an effort to get those into the ground, but I just felt so unwell in my body last year, and I was so overwhelmed by life that it was just about getting through the next hour most of the time last year. So while I'm still very much in my journey, I'm still very much figuring this out. Today I won back some territory, and that feels so good. I do want to say another thing about last year, though, when things weren't getting done and when the weeds were getting out of control. That was actually okay too. And that served its purpose, I think, because it did show me how much it's okay to not be okay. Being sick to the point where it was very difficult to keep my job and to get out of bed at all last year, it really did teach me on a deeper level how to relax and trust in God. And God brought me through that time. I'm very much new to this. And even right now, I have all the usual perfectionistic thoughts in my head about all the things that I could have said better. But that's okay. I'm learning. And I'm actually in the middle of a 30-day challenge right now to post on YouTube for 30 days in a row. So maybe I'll talk more about that in future videos, but I will be posting for 30 days in a row, and then we'll see what happens after that. I don't know if I can keep up daily posting or not, but thanks for joining me today. What about you? When was the last time you were able to take back territory in your life? Or are you at a spot where you're feeling overwhelmed and you're wanting that day to come so badly? And I'm going to tell you, I think it will come. So just be patient, be kind to yourself, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.